Well, hello and welcome to another Faith, Philosophy and Life with me, Mr. Shelton. It's great to see you again, and I hope you are, as always, doing well. If you're watching me because you're self-isolating, then I hope you and your family are good as well. So, tea and biscuits. I found this advert, thought it was pretty good. Let's just watch this advert for a minute.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay, now you might say, Mr. Shelton, you've lost it. Why have you shown me an advert about that? Well, it's simple. It's cause and effect. What started all of that off? Okay, and that is where we're up to. Last lesson we thought about the argument of causation, the cosmological argument, the arguments for and against God's existence through cause and effect. And today we are going to look at that argument again with a slightly different perspective on it. So go and grab your pen and paper because here's our cheesy intro sequence. Okay, so welcome back. So our title is, what are the problems with causation? What are the problems with it? We started to talk about some of these last time, so we're going to look at these in a little bit more depth this time. Our learning objective is to explore some of the issues surrounding the cosmological argument. As always, get the title written down as usual, pause me as we go. It's going to be good if you can explain what cause and effect is. These are the same from last time. Great if you could explain how cause and effect could prove the existence of God, and even better if you can evaluate if the cosmological argument is actually a good argument for God's existence or not, reaching a conclusion. So we've got the hot biscuits. We're looking at problems, the table again, we'll come back to that, a little bit of reflection, and then you're going to design a little leaflet. So, to start off with, this is our question. What were the problems of the first cause argument? Okay, so I'd like you to review your notes, maybe like a mind map or bullet point list. What were the problems of the first cause argument that we looked at last time? Pause me now, come back to me in a couple of minutes. Okay, so here this was the table that I showed you, the T table that we talked about last time. So we said that there might not be a beginning of everything. I'm not going to repeat myself on that. You can go back and watch the tail end of last lesson's video if you need to. And there could be an endless chain reaction from good that goes back forever. So what I'd like you to do is, using the description and the clip below, I would like you to access this table. I'd like you to go through and just put a tick in the appropriate box. Is this statement a strength or a weakness of the argument? Is this statement a strength or a weakness of the argument? Give that a go and then come back to me. Okay, so these are the answers. So the top one is a strength. Number 2, it's caused by the universe. Surely God's the best explanation of that. That's also a strength. Rather than a first cause, it makes more sense for the universe to be eternal. That's a weakness of the argument. Christians believe that he's all-powerful, all-knowing, and the creator of everything. God, therefore, is the first cause. That's a strength. It's not true to say that nothing can cause itself. There are things called quarks, which are elementary particles, which scientists say can cause themselves, maybe from another universe. That's a weakness of the argument. Even the first cause has to exist, but that doesn't have to be God. It could be multiple gods. So that's a weakness of the argument. God could have even died after he started the whole lot off. And then you've got, hang on, why should the cause stop with God? Maybe something needed to start God off. Now, we talked about some of the issues around that, but that is a weakness of the argument. And then lastly, this argument doesn't rely on faith at all. All you need to do is to have a first cause. So considering the argument is actually about, does it prove the existence of God, then it doesn't. So that's a failure as well. So there we are, I've gone tidy. So here are some more strengths and weaknesses. What I'd like you to do is to just now see if you've got these written around the mind map or the bullet point list you did at the start, and if not, add some notes to it, please. These are strengths and weaknesses. So pause me now while you get any more stuff written to that mind map you did a few moments ago. Okay, the eagle-eyed people will have noticed that that's actually the same list that you've just done. Okay, so lastly then, what we're going to do, or nearly lastly should I say, is I'm going to give you a 10-minute written task for it. Now, what you need to do is, the question is this: the cosmological argument proves that God exists. Okay, the cosmological argument proves that God exists. Do you agree? Give reasons or evidence showing more than one point of view. So, I've got a structure here that you could follow. I'd like you to put as much detail as you can as this. This will need to be photographed and sent through to your teachers, because as always we would like to see what you have done, because we're nosy and because we need to check that you've understood the work that we've set you. So I'd like you to get on with that and then come back to me when you are done. Okay, so this lesson then, we said it would be good if we could explain what cause and effect is. It's going to be great if we could say how that proves the existence of God, and we've talked about that really well, and we've now done our little evaluation then. So our final task then is for you to create a leaflet explaining the cosmological argument for a Year 7 student. You need to include the strengths and weaknesses of the argument as well. So you're going to make a little leaflet. That's what your task is. I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you pause this so it doesn't go off the screen. Thanks for your time. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Wash your hands. God bless you. I'll see you soon.